Today is Joey's first day. His manager sends you a simple request. Please give Joey access to AWS. Seems straightforward, right? But before AWS grants Joey permission to do anything, it asks one critical question. Who exactly is Joey? Is Joey an employee logging into the AWS console? Is he an application running on an EC2 instance? Or is he an external user signing in through your company's identity provider? And in this module, we'll learn how AWS represents identities using IAM Users, IAM Groups, and IAM Roles. AWS provides three different identity constructs, and each serves a different purpose. The first is the IAM User. This represents a single human identity with long-term credentials. The second is the IAM Group. Groups don't create new identities. Instead, they organize multiple users so permissions can be managed together. Finally, there's the IAM role. Unlike users, roles don't have permanent credentials. They are assumed only when needed, providing temporary and secure access. Let's start with the simplest identity type, the IAM user. Think of an IAM user like an employee badge issued to someone who joins your company. That badge belongs to one person and identifies them every time they enter the building. Similarly, an IAM user represents one human identity inside AWS. It typically includes a username, a console password, an MFA device for stronger authentication, and if needed, long-term access keys for programmatic access. For a small company with only a few employees, this model works well. If Byte Retail Global has 50 engineers, creating 50 IAM users is simple and easy to manage. But as the organization grows, this approach quickly becomes difficult to scale. And that's the challenge we'll explore next. Now imagine Byte Retail Global grows from 50 employees to 8,000 engineers across multiple countries. Managing individual IAM users suddenly becomes a massive operational challenge. Every employee has a separate password that must be protected and rotated. Many users also create long-lived access keys for automation, increasing the risk of accidental exposure. And when employees leave the company, every credential must be removed immediately. Missing even one account can leave unnecessary access active. This is why static identities become a security liability at enterprise scale. Modern cloud environments need a better way to manage permissions without editing every user individually. That's exactly where IAM groups come in. Instead of assigning permissions to every engineer individually, AWS lets us organize users into groups. An IAM group doesn't create a new identity. It simply acts as a collection of users who need similar permissions. For example, Joey, Anna, and David all belong to the developer team. Rather than attaching the same policy three separate times, you attach it once to the developers group. Every member automatically inherits those permissions. When a new engineer joins the team, you simply add them to the group. And when someone leaves, removing them from the group immediately removes the inherited access. This makes permission management much more consistent, and far easier to maintain. While users and groups are useful, modern AWS environments rely heavily on IAM roles. Think of a role like a temporary visitor badge. It doesn't belong to one specific person forever. Instead, it's issued only when someone or something needs it. When Joey's application needs to access an S3 bucket, it doesn't store permanent credentials. Instead, it calls AWS Security Token Service to assume a role. AWS returns temporary credentials that remain valid only for a limited period. Once they expire, they are no longer usable. This approach greatly reduces the risk of leaked secrets while making credential management much simpler. That's why IAM roles have become the preferred identity model for both AWS services and modern cloud applications. One of the biggest architectural decisions in AWS is separating human identities from machine identities. Humans typically sign in using a corporate identity provider through AWS IAM Identity Center and federation technologies such as SAML or OpenID Connect. After authentication, they assume temporary IAM roles to access AWS resources. Machines follow a different path. EC2 instances, Lambda functions, containers, and CI/CD pipelines also assume IAM roles but without usernames or passwords. In both cases, the goal is exactly the same: avoid permanent credentials whenever possible. Temporary credentials improve security, simplify management, and align with AWS best practices for least privilege. As organizations grow, their identity strategy naturally evolves. Small companies usually begin with individual IAM users. As teams expand, IAM groups simplify permission management. Eventually, organizations adopt federation, allowing employees to sign in with existing corporate identities instead of maintaining separate AWS passwords. From there, IAM roles become the standard access model for both humans and applications. And finally, mature organizations eliminate static credentials altogether. Every access request becomes temporary, auditable, and scoped to exactly what's needed. Let's summarize what we've learned. An IAM user represents a long-term human identity and works well in smaller environments. IAM groups simplify permission management by allowing policies to be assigned once and inherited by every member. IAM roles provide temporary, scoped credentials and are the preferred model for both humans and AWS services. And at enterprise scale, the goal is clear: replace long lived credentials with federation and temporary roles wherever possible. If you remember one lesson from this module, let it be this: modern AWS security is built on temporary identities, least privilege, and eliminating static credentials.